Alright, there we go. Got that all set up. Looks like the stream should be running. And I already got people in the booth. Rare day that happens.
A person
Alright.
that exists on the other side of your screen.
And I had to mute the stream because I was hearing double.
Yeah, that tends to happen. Oh.
Prepare for trouble and make it double.
Oh, so I had it muted on my, or I had it auto playing on my end as well on the thingy. There we go.
Don't make me do the quote.
My voice is not ready to try to do a James impression.
We're not playing Pokemon, even though it's VRPG Friday. I'm doing Mega Man. Now, my quandary is, do I play the English version or the Japanese version?
Do the Japanese version.
So there's no difference other than dialogue. The dialogue, that's it.
That's it?
I mean, there's also some, there's also a silly glitch you can do in the refight against,
You may notice I'm using the ROM from Legacy Collection. That's gonna be patched.
Oh.
Yeah, don't bother. I think just for dialogue reasons, I'll just play the English version.
Yeah.
Hold together.
The glitch I was referring to was involves the charged shotgun ice. You basically land the final hit in such a way that while Storm Eagle is exploding, you slide during the boss death animation and fall into a pit. And then if you time it right, it will still count as you beating the boss when you spawn back in. So it's like, enter boss room, victory, exit.
Honestly, one of my favorite openings in the Mega Man series is just seeing, like, the bullshit technobabble specs of X.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun to see. Okay, no, that's not too bad.
And then we have the warning.
X is the first of a new generation of robots with an innovative new feature, the ability to think, feel, and make their own decisions. Don't get in an argument, people have robot masters on that. However, this ability can be very dangerous. If X were to break the first rule of robotics, a robot must never harm a human being, and the results would be disastrous, and I fear that no force on Earth could stop him. Way to blow your load, Light! What the fuck, man? Approximately 30 years will be required before we can safely confirm his reliability. Unfortunately, I will not live to see that day, because I am fucking old. Nor do I have anyone to carry out my work. Therefore, I have decided to seal him in this capsule, which will test his internal systems until his reliability has been confirmed. Please not disturb the capsule until that time. X possesses great risks as well as great possibilities. I can only hope for the best. September 18th, 20XX, Thomas Light. Alright, to Japan.
Wait, 20XX, not 21XX?
Remember, sealed away for 30 years. By that point, it would be rolled over to 21XX.
It would have, yeah.
When is in the 20XX is that he got sealed away? That's the point of the XX.
I thought it was 21XX this whole time.
21 is in for the X series, and I think technically the 0 series. And then, but it's 20X and 20XX for Classic. And Battle Network until, well, Battle Network is 2000X until it's Battle Network 6, and that's 2000XX. And then it's 22XX for Star Force. Yeah, the timeline's always shifting, and then fucking Legends takes place, and I don't fucking know. Way later.
Who fucking knows?
Oh, you also set your weapon swap to not just the shoulder buttons.
I like dashing on the L button.
I do too. I typically, the R button goes unused, so when I play, I just set one to do,
Not bad either. My bigger deal is I don't use weapon swap all that often. I'd rather just pause or just use the Buster. But my first Mega Man game was the 0 series. You had to do L dashing in that one, because what other fucking buttons? And then I just kind of realized as I got older, wait, this is way more fucking comfortable. Why am I trying to do it the other way for the X series?
Yeah, well, it's like, the fact that Integrate keeps their dash button on their games as L for a while.
Well, they made the Zero series, so that's their defaults too. And they just kind of went, fuck it, roll it. Because I know they did that for Azure Striker. They made the L button, the dash, and that get way more fucking comfortable. And also, you had to spam it a lot more in Azure Striker with how dashing works in that game.
Okay, Ultra, you just made me very nervous. I thought you were about to go fresh by the simulator.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I have played this game enough times to know how that works. Too many times, really. Honestly, this...
I have been crushed by that thing once, and I still don't understand how I did it.
I thought you couldn't. I thought the hitboxes were jiggered up in such a way you wouldn't be able to, so that's a lesson for me to learn.
Yeah, no, I specifically remember that back when I was like a teenager.
Damn.
For me, my history with this game, the easiest way to say it is, out of the entire Mega Man series, this is the Mega Man game I've played a ton of, and most of my time with Mega Man has been spent in Mega Man X1 specifically.
At this point, I've wandered about so hard with the franchise, I can't nail down which has been the one I've played the most. It probably is some of the ex-SNES trilogy games, because especially when I learned about SNES emulation when I was a wee little lad. Yeah, I thought this game looked and sounded fucking great. I had no idea how to play it, but goddamn was it cool.
The first X game I actually tried playing was X3 on emulator.
Also, hey, Render. But... So, why do I even bother doing anything here? Hey, Baba. Yeah, I'm gonna use your legal. I'm gonna be that dickhead.
That's not something we do. We're supportive of people with their chosen names.
He's a fucking not even eco-terrorist, he's just a regular terrorist.
It doesn't matter.
It is okay to belittle it's okay to belittle assholes, they're the enemy. I support bullying villains. I went to the Spider-Man School of Superheroics, that is, to be a fucking menace.
But with all that knowledge,
So you are...
So you,
Go ahead, Lucy.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Well, so I lost my train of thought. Don't worry.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
So I wanted to make the Doctor whatever he was called again joke.
No.
With all that knowledge, you could cure cancer.
I don't want to cure cancer. I want to make dinosaurs. That was Sauron. He's not even a doctor.
Yeah, Sauron. But I learned that he was actually paired up with Stegron for that.
I love comics. I love comics bullshit.
It's so stupid.
And also,
the great thing is, the very next panel is Stegron saying, "We want to turn people into dinosaurs."
people. Also, one of my favorite character designs in all of fiction, High Zero. I don't care if you're Inafune's baby. I will admit, your design fucks.
True.
Even with your giant orb titties.
The orb titties make it better. Well, granted, my preferred design for him is his self-titled series. Jeez.
Zero design is very good.
Again, I'm biased as fuck because I started with the Zero games. Ow. I fucking love the design work in the Zero games. They look like robots that can fake to be human. It fooled me as a kid. Because I legitimately thought Zero was the only Reploid you were in the Resistance until I actually paid attention and read the fucking dialogue. I'm like, no, CL's the only human. Oh. That got me. But that also proves the fucking point of what's going on in those games. You got robots that passing to be human. That if I was not paying attention, if I just read the game without the dialogue, I just assumed everyone else except for Zero was human. Which, how they leaned into that in ZX because, human and Reploid sprites are the exact same in that game.
But
Wasn't the whole
humans
like
were an extinction ZX.
No. If you pay attention to the characters and NPCs, humans are there's the only difference between a Reploid and not a Reploid in that game is Reploids have a
triangle.
bingo. If you don't see a red triangle, they're human. But the whole point is also that they are, even the comics pointed out in the Archie run, they are so indistinct from one another that it doesn't matter. And that's where you lead into Legends,
Wasn't
where...
that the whole point that Reploids became more organic while humans became more cybernetic?
They basically, they were pretty much bleeding into one another, which eventually led into the Legends series where there was carbons. They became a unified species at that point.
That kind of makes me think of Neanderthals and Homo sapiens eventually becoming the human race.
I think that's kind of... They don't think too hard about it to say it out loud in the Mega Man series, but that is basically what's going on, is pretty much... Humanity made another species to coexist with and made a new species as a result, which was the carbons. The ones that were even more robotically advanced were the ones that were on the moon, I believe, and then became that take on the irregular hunters, which, small mistranslation, that should be called Maverick Hunters.
It's true,
Yeah.
The pit, you almost fell into the pit.
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
I get the feeling, so... I played this, my friends watching, and I did things that made them nervous. I feel like I'm gonna experience what they were seeing, watching Ultra play.
I am very much the
You are the fuck?
I am very much, I don't think I just speed especially when it comes to the X games. That's why I was like, you know what? I could stream on autopilot with this fucking game.
I mean,
Yeah, true.
But then you let a bunch of us in here too.
Meanwhile, I'm walking around like a dumbass because the slow walk in Pokopia is the derpiest thing.
I need to
Also because I'm trying to lead someone over to...
There we go.
Yeah, I need to pick that game up as well. If only because I want to be the idiot that like everyone else is doing and using selfie camera to make it look like I'm doing YouTube thumbnails.
Even I've seen a couple of that.
That's good.
Just to have a conversation. Favorite Maverick? And we can stick to this X1
I'm a
for
bit of a
now.
I'm a bit of a normie. I've always been a fan of Storm Eagle.
Honestly, he's a good, simple design that really just sells what a Maverick is. Robo furry man.
I also like that his backstory is that he isn't really Maverick. He's just, Sigma's got blackmail on him.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with a good chunk of them, because the virus was not a thing in the first game. But, yeah, no, Storm Eagle's chill. Like, if it wasn't for his pride, he honestly would probably still be on our side.
I made you.
I have to think, because a lot of the later ones I don't really have memorized.
That's what I say, if you want to stick to X1, that's fine.
Yeah, X1 would be where I would have to get my reference from.
I think we can all agree that the pinnacle of them is Bamboo Pandemonium, though.
Bamboo Panda. Fucking goddamn it.
Sorry, I am still amused by Metal Shark Player. Just the name.
The name is so dumb, but I love it.
Lair, Frere. He's supposed to be a fucking shark priest. Udaha.
Yes, the Bamboo Pandemonium. Whoever thought of that is very special.
Speaking of Eagle,
Honestly,
I tend to cheat the order a little bit when it comes to X1 because it's so easy to get most of the armor pieces.
Yeah. A part of me wants to say Storm Eagle, but I think I have to go with Sting Chameleon, because once you know how to fight Sting Chameleon without its weakness, it's actually a pretty fun part.
Chameleon is also just a fun design.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
I am contractually obligated to say that Armored Armadillo is my least favorite for the sole point of it's an inside joke that I have trouble, used to have trouble fighting Armored Armadillo. And so whenever his stage comes up and after we do part of Ring Racers, my friends will always point it out. Be like, it's your favorite stage, and I just groan.
I mean,
Amusingly, in terms of the first set of Mavericks, I think my favorite actually is Armored Armadillo.
fight-wise, he's not that bad, but he is one of those. I
just meant in terms of honestly, I just meant in terms of design because I just find it goofy as hell.
Yeah.
Where
did my dash go? Oh boy.
It was eaten by you grabbing the wall of that platform. But yeah, I can fight Armored Armadillo nowadays, pretty simply. But back then I did have trouble. And the irony is, they say it's a problem. My friends were making me joke about the stage, but I never really had a problem with the stage.
The stage is a fucking snore fest, yeah.
Yeah.
Half of it you could just.
It's an auto scroller.
Yeah, basic. Not actually, but may as well be. Yeah. I think in terms of at least the one cruiser, it's harder to find a favorite Maverick compared to, say, a favorite Robot Master. I would argue, because I also don't want to just immediately say Storm Eagle either. He is a high up there though for me in terms of fuck it. I got Brave.
Okay, I set that into.
I can't break those.
In terms of a favorite Robot Master, obviously not counting characters like Base or like Mega Man, Base, and
oh god,
Proto Man,
Robot Master.
Proto Man would also.
Yeah.
This is being like
just listing examples here. I don't know if Duo would count as one, but
close enough.
For a favorite Robot Master, like in the traditional team, I would absolutely have to say Shade Man.
Not a bad pick. I think
he's a very fancy man.
I think in terms of X1 Mavericks, I think I'm gonna nail my favorite on probably being. I don't want to say like X0 Vile Sigma, like that feels like cheating. I think for me it may be Chill Penguin. It's weird to say for Penguin, but it is being my favorite. I think part of it is just because it feels like something you can't quite get with the Robot Master design, or one they don't do often, which is like the it really shows the difference in body shapes. With Robot Masters, with Robot Masters, you're always gonna end up with some shape of man, that literally in the tagline. So even if you make a very weirdo man Robot Master, like just to throw off the dome, Airman, he's a fucking sentient goddamn.
A sentient air conditioner.
Yeah, like he's a weirdo. He's still just a dude. He is vaguely torso-shaped with limbs. And even when you get, like, the more weirdos that doesn't have limbs, which is not common in Robot Masters, they are still somewhat humanoid by the end of the day. Whereas with Mavericks, you get some lumpy and weird motherfuckers because they have to take on animal shapes.
But nowhere near as weird as the Pseudoroids, if I have the right name.
Pseudoroids in the Zero games, yeah. Pseudoroids, and I think Pseudoroids was the technical term in ZX, but yeah, because they're all based on like mythical creatures and stuff. They still get some weirdo shapes too. I think the problem is a lot of my favorites are from the Zero games, technically, because, again, bias. But in terms of favorite Robot Master, I tend to delineate it like one per game. But I think my usual go-to for official ones, probably Shadow Man. Kind of the normie choice, but I mean, Robot Ninja, that kind of fucks. I'm sorry.
Robot Ninja from the moon.
Not even the moon, from fucking space. Yeah, space ninja robot. Hell yeah. The comics didn't get to that point. I got the 3, we didn't get to Star Droids. So mad about that. Because yeah, if we start including things like Star Droids or even the killers, oh, give me my boy Terra.
It's fabulous.
Fabulous hair, the best homing weapon in the entire franchise.
Look at that. I need to find squishy clay.
Storm Tornado, one of the best weapons in the game. A little glitchy in this and not in the remake, but still fun. Penny in the chat as well. How's it going? Well, they were in here, unless the users in chat is not updating. Probably. Wait. In there. I think I'll just go get all the armor parts first. I may slightly deviate my usual weirdo route and just get that immediately. 'Cause, yeah, I have everything I need to get all those. But if I get fucked up by Chameleon without his weapon, whatever. I guess to have more conversation. Thoughts between, by Saber... Nitro? Nitro's not a bad pick, Penny. If you want to go for Robot Master.
Nitro is a fun design.
I am slightly annoyed at him as a Transformers fan because how the fuck? But other than that, I mean, like, I kind of wish we got more vehicle-based Robot Masters because that is a fun concept.
Because we had Nitro and Turbo, I believe, is the only two.
That's it. The only ones officially. There's Jetman. There's been a couple Jetmen for fan stuff, but Rocco Chan and Unlimited 1, but that's it. And even then, I don't think Unlimited's Jet properly transforms either. It just kind of folds up, which kind of works. But
it's very, very.
I never actually finished Rocco Chan. Needs no attention to this. Fair enough. And in terms of Battle Network, he made me pick a favorite Navi, Serenade. I'm gonna cheat on that one and say Serenade.
I don't really like Serenade's design.
Fair enough.
Sorry about that. I had to do something. What were we talking? I think the last thing we talked about was
favorite boss character.
robot.
Yeah, because Penny in the chat brought up Nitro as a choice, and then they've only played like Battle Network as their other thing, and I'm like, give me a favorite Navi, it's Serenade.
It's not a bad design. I just don't really not a big fan of Serenade. I think it's mostly just because they wasted any potential they had with Serenade.
Serenade's meant to be, I am a awesome super boss, fear me, motherfucker. Which sometimes, I don't ask for much for a character design or a thing I like. I just ask to sell me a cool concept, and I'm usually on board. It's no wonder I'm a giant apologist of Fire Emblem Fates, for example. The concept of it is great. The execution is a mess.
If you're not using Storm Tornado.
Don't need it.
There.
Transition from
Flame
Battle
Mammoth is very easy.
Yeah, transition from mainline to Battle Network to Darkman. Darkman's design was a hell of a glow up in Battle Network. You got from weird, lumpy, generic evil robot to embodiment of evil itself. And that motherfucker was not involved with Darkness, huh?
Although, the thing that becomes hilarious is when you realize he has no animation frames.
Oh yeah, like, they ran out of space to fit him in the fucking cartridge, but at the same time...
He has no animations whatsoever.
He still looks cool, though.
He looks cool. No, completely
Alright,
unanimated.
Okay, I was about to say, I was going to go for Sting Chameleon next.
I may as well. I was just thinking about that when I was getting the arm parts. I'm like, you know what? My usual routes gets me 3 of the 4 parts, and Sting ends up at the fucking back end of the route for a while, so I don't get the chest piece. I'm like, screw it. Let's get the armor. Let's do armor parts immediately.
Yeah, usually, I tackle Lunar to Wanger next, specifically to get that out of the way.
I can see the yeah, the problem with this is I'm gonna have to do a double dip since I haven't beaten launch yet. Because you need launch beaten to get the hard tank bottom. Which is, I try to minimize as much backtracking as possible, which is why I end up doing Sting in the back. And I'm like, you know what?
Wait, the hard tank at the bottom. No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. The water isn't
Well,
there until you
the
beat
intended route. The intended method is the water. You can do. The jump is very precise.
You
Yeah.
can do shotgun ice, try shotgun ice. I've done that millions of times.
I've never done it that way, because again, my usual route is I only cheat doing, my usual route has me cheat only Storm Eagle early. That's just because, Storm is fucking easy, and as well as it gets through the head parts, and then I've been doing, adding Flame early, because I'm like, oh, he's not that bad either, and I get arm parts early. That's why I'm like, you know what, let's see if I can just do all armor part stages early, or as early as possible. I didn't backtrack the Chill Penguin to get the extra heart tank there, that would have helped. I will...
So yeah, that typically is my only place for me to backtrack. But it's obviously the stage you want to go to first because it has the actual.
Again, X1's very flexible with its routing, even if you start breaking weakness order. And it feels like the game you can get away with that pretty easily.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker, I think, is going to be in the comic next week. 'Cause I have been reading that.
This robot dude.
Well, and they're good. I think Archie's still better in my opinion, but also Archie also has room to breathe. Give her an OC.
Okay, you got helmet, arms, legs, and body. You have all the armor.
You see, a house is a building like the ones humans lived in. That is real dialogue in this video game.
Oh yeah. You'll want to take out that one and move as far left to the left as you can. That'll give the sled as much possible distance as it can.
First try.
There you go.
Alright,
Nice.
not as bad as I thought. I thought it was a little... Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of, I think I'm thinking of one of the ones from X2 that is a bit tricky.
Crystal Snail, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Crystal Snail's one where you have to fucking do the suicide bomb. That's where I realized my controller was real fucked up at one point in AP. Because I didn't bind the diagonals correctly.
Yeah, no. That heart tank is just a matter of positioning and having shotgun ice and the charge buster.
Didn't know that.
Now
Again, I thought it was a much farther gap. You couldn't do that. Good to know. Thank you. That's the fun of the Mega Man series, especially stuff like X. You fucking keep learning shit.
I need to play. With a lot of Rewind I have played in 1, 2, and 3. I haven't really touched 4, 5, and 6.
And they're the better ones in terms of classic. It's 4, 5, and 6.
And I would have played more of X Legacy Collection, but for some reason on my desktop computer, like I can play it just fine on laptop, but on my desktop computer, it does something weird with the sound driver and causes this very distracting clicking sound away whenever the program is active.
That sounds like an issue with your PC. You probably need to look into that.
Yeah, it's strange because I have a pretty powerful PC, and more powerful games, or larger, more demanding games don't have that issue. So what's ridiculous? What is X Legacy Collection doing that would cause such
I'm not sure, dude. The X collection is usually pretty stable, so that is weird. I know at least from 4 on up, it's not emulation. Those are just using the old-ass PC builds they updated. Because, yeah, most of the X series actually was available on Windows.
Yeah, well, the issue occurs even in the menus, so whatever is happening
With the actual executable, yeah. Come on!
Yeah. Oh, now he's just stalling.
Down, dickhead.
That is an accurate assessment of Sting Chameleon.
Well, I got that early, which is gonna make a lot of those stages hella fun, because Charged Sting Chameleon is broken! Alright,
You know, I barely use that when I play.
The only
And
time
I
I've ever
would
used
probably
that would have been
listen-
Sigma Fortress Stage 1.
yeah, because you kinda
Okay,
have
yeah,
to.
I do use it in Sigma Fortress. Pretty frequently.
There, so you go back here, go get the hard tank, and then piecemeal what I want to do next. Because my routing is all kinds of fuck right now. Yeah, I got the body armor, which means I can be even more reckless.
I would say you probably want to do Boomer Flanger.
If I do Boomer first, I can do Launch first, and get Horming first.
Oh gosh, fighting Launch Octopus with Buster.
Not Buster only, I'm using weaknesses, I've just been mostly using the Buster because, fuck it. Lemon's good. Eat your goddamn lemons.
Wait, Armored
Yeah.
Armadillo doesn't have anything
Yeah.
that requires the right?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, if I'm gonna do anywhere next, it's gonna be because oh, that's why you're suggesting it to save a trip back at Spark.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me really order real quick for weapons. This to him to him, to him, to him.
Out of all the Mavericks, Launch Octopus is the one that I cannot fathom how to fight him without it being a damage race. Doesn't seem like an option against Launch Octopus, though.
I don't mind doing the revisit for Spark. Besides, I get the good music.
Ah, yes, the guitar.
One of my favorite fucking SNES songs, period. I'm sorry. Is it an overrated opinion? Do I care? Fuck no. This shit slaps the entire orphanage.
I don't know about that last part, but yes, it indeed slaps. And I like how you were headbanging because you were dead. Also a reminder that, just like in X2 and X1, dash.
I don't know about Dash Lemons. You don't need to tell me shit. I've been playing this shit since I was a goddamn baby on a computer. I know how to play X1.
Don't speak to them about the old magics.
I wasn't there when it was invented, but damn did I read all of it.
I was there.
I just wanted to be sure because earlier in Storm Eagle stage, you weren't using them to get past some of those battery walls.
You also gotta remember, I can button mash real fucking good, so it doesn't matter. Plus, trying to always use Dash Lemons isn't always the best strategy. Because, you know, you gotta fucking do the dashing in order to get Dash Lemons to go off.
Yeah, but when your opponent is just a wall.
What, the fucking flame barrels?
Yeah.
Doesn't... I'd rather... Why waste the effort dashing all the time when it's just a fucking wall?
Could do it a bit faster.
I repeat previous statement, I can button mash about as fast. And I'd rather be mashing one button than mashing two. Especially because I don't have to keep reorienting myself.
I forgot the layout of the stage for a moment and thought you were about to get plucked right into a pit.
Nope, I know what I'm doing. This is one of the few times I struck my ego. I'm kind of one of the better people who play Mega Man games in this server, dude.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I'm not the best, but I'm fucking up there.
Ah yes, bully the monkey.
Fuck's the
I
man?
feel so bad whenever I use shotgun ice on him.
Oh, I think he's gonna
Just
be
bullying him.
And I like how his action causes the screen to shake before you even punches the ground. So it just kind of shakes for no reason.
Spark Mandrill Syndrome. I like it. I don't care what people say.
Wouldn't that be closer to being Mega Man 7 boss syndrome?
X1 came out first, and people always know it for Spark Mandrill. Because Spark Mandrill is one of the greatest and worst examples of just the sheer stun lockage that later Mega Man games did when it came to weapon weaknesses.
Yep. I just remembered, I think there was a time when I, for some reason, during the boss refights, I was expecting to kill Penguin for one of the refights. It was Boomer Kawanger, and I was trying to, I think, and so I was already just autopiloting on Flame Wave, or Fire Wave. And then I wondered why it wasn't taking damage, and I noticed who the actual boss was. Can't explain that one. Just let it happen.
Yeah, that's like the X1 is definitely one of the best, but it has some weird oddities. Bringing back Mega Man 1 style rematch rooms, I was not a fan of that, and they kept that up in the fucking remake. It's like redoing the stages. I mean, and Base is also a weird spin-off game that's allowed to do something stupid, even if I don't agree with it, but I don't agree with the next one. The other the dumbness is the making the dash locked off by default. And this is, don't say it's just because it's a new feature. They intended it to be, as far as I've heard from like dev interviews, the reason it's the dash upgrade in this is because they want to get people accustomed to dashing first, so they made an upgrade that's still mandatory in this, and then all later games just gave it to you by default. Because they're like, it's a sequel, so who cares at that point? I'm like, just make dashing the default feature. It's no different than, like, the slide.
I feel like maybe the reason is because they made it so it's an upgrade you had to get in X1. Is because they wanted people to know the controls for it without having to look in the manual.
Yeah, I can kind of see that, but also at the same time, this was the era of, you know, read the fucking manual. You were expected to do that shit back then. Plus, I don't think I have my copy back. I do have a recreate. I have the official repro back from the 30th anniversary of X1, and it came with a new version of the manual, but it has all the old pages and stuff. I have to double check that, but I don't think I have my copy right now to actually flip through it and check.
I was seeing 2 DM teams, and then it's just one of my friends going, misplaced phone again. Found it.
Also, yeah, Penny, bring up. I will defend Mega Man and Base. It's not one of the better Mega Man games, but I enjoy it because it's a bit of a challenge. But I make that same argument with X6, so we know I'm a little bit of a psychopath here.
No, X6 is just bad.
I prefer it over X3, X5, X7. I'd rather play X6.
I like Mega Man Base. I have yet to get past the second fortress stage in it.
Oh, that's the bullshit one, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, but I'm pretty good at fighting all the... I did fight all of the robot masters, Buster
I'm wondering how the fuck you did that with Dynamo, man, but okay. As like Dynamo, I'm like, even most people have a hard time with Dynamo.
Oh, I remember him being the hard one.
Cause, yeah, motherfucker regenerates, which is,
It probably helps that I was playing on base. Not playing.
That game is designed for base
yeah.
top to bottom.
Pretty much. Like, the boss fights are way easier as Mega Man, but that's because you have charge shots. And the game charges are actually pretty strong.
And then even then, when you get access to the weapons, that domino falls.
Yeah. X1 uppies! Wrong uppies!
There's still... oh, right. There is an item there, but it's like consumable. I had to...
Yeah, we're both thinking of Extreme 1, my dude.
Actually, I was thinking of the archipelago. Because you never normally look up there.
Yeah. Like I said, there's something there in Extreme 1. They put the heart tank there, and then they made one of the capsules down here. Because this feels like it would be a capsule spot. Wee! You!
And it was here that I really, I beat the boss quickly. I fell...
Right into the pit of spikes?
Almost. Saved myself, with the wall. And then my friend just saying that I should stop having an affair with death. That is where that joke originated.
Yeah.
You really should, otherwise you're going to end up having a guy with an impressive chin and or a merc with a mouth after you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Flash said.
Yup. The Marvel Universe is fucked.
So just another Tuesday?
I mean, probably. Also, to be accurate, Wednesday. That's when new comics come out.
Which world is more screwed up? Tokyo or the Marvel?
Marvel.
As a Toho fan, Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel. As a fan of both, Marvel. Because, I'm sorry, Gensokyo doesn't literally blow up out of existence every few years. The worst you get with Gensokyo is that one bird decides, you know what? I want things to be extra toasty today. Or the Lunarians, but at the same time, yeah, the Lunarians are annoying. The worst they do is be racist. Let's just put it
this way. No, the worst that they could do is pretend to do genocide against Gensokyo.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the fucking X-Men, Jesus Christ, I'm siding with the fucking government on this one. The mutants gotta go. Get the fuck out of here.
What have they been doing now?
I mean, I'm thinking we're just gonna go with the fucking Krakoa era. Yeah, they went off and made their own country again, decided to be dickheads, and caused a robo-apocalypse in 3 timelines? Fuck the X-Men!
I do know a bit about Krakoa. I'm watching a little bit about Krakoa.
Yeah, oh, the fucking Orgy Island. Oh my god. Like, yeah, I'm not even joking.
Don't.
Nope.
Don't.
Nope.
I won't.
don't want to know. You don't want
I
to know.
don't know.
But yeah, fuck the views, man.
There is some interesting things to discuss about it, but it's also like, yeah, it's also kind of really problematic.
It was meant to be, was kind of the point. The problem is it also lost the plot, in my opinion, when it came to the whole, you know, the X-Men are meant to be a giant allegory of discrimination.
Right? Yeah, no, that was like that's the MO.
Yeah, like, even Stan admitted
That's
it's
the
like,
MO.
yeah, I like the kid at the gym with that Martin Luther King Jr. guy. And yet I didn't make any of the X-Men black. Go figure.
Okay. Oh,
And again, I will point out, it shouldn't have been part of the main Marvel universe.
I think it does work, but it's one of those things where not a lot of good writers have had their hands on it, so it's mucked everything up.
and then there was the time they tried replacing the X-Men.
The Inhumans, which nobody likes.
They tried replacing them, and no one cared.
No one got.
The moment that just popped into my mind mentioning the X-Men is, I think, it was Aunt May was, preparing for Jarvis to take a break, and then she just shuts down Wolverine. Saw a video about that moment.
Yeah. Because that sounds like that would have been when we still had, actual Butler Jarvis, because I think they got rid of him for a while because of MCU synergy, which, boo. I like Butler Jarvis.
Adam, I am awesome.
The only thing I know Butler Jarvis from is Spider-Man One More Day, which is just terrible.
Just...
That's the only place I've seen human Jarvis. And I feel like I've been robbed.
He's
I
not.
feel like
He's
we've
not the
been-
best.
to be fair-
He's not the best comics Butler. That goes to Alfred by default. But at the same
Greg
time,
Alfred
come on.
Bragg, damn it!
Yeah, I'm still mad about that. Come on.
Wait, what happened?
Alfred's been dead for
Alfred's been
3
dead
days.
for like
3 years at this point. It's been a while.
They killed Alfred?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bane did. And everyone's upset.
Well, of course it was fucking Bane.
It was around the same time they were trying to actually commit to the bit of Batman and Catwoman getting married, and then they chickened out on that plot. And this was at the same time they also killed Alfred. Everyone's upset about it, and they've almost brought him back a couple times and then chickened out because, no, we want to commit. No, we don't want you to commit. Alfred's best dad.
Plus, you already have a narrative. It's a very stupid narrative device. It's like, you have the Lazarus thing.
They've been trying to not use the pit as much, but also at the same time, come on.
see what they need to do is they should have just had Darkseid using Omega Beam to find out that Alfred got sent back into the past.
Honestly, Alfred had a way smoother trip than Bruce ever would have when it came to that bullshit.
See, this all makes me, just question if it is a good or bad thing that most of my knowledge comes from either clips and random findings online, in terms of comics for both Marvel and DC, or the movies.
The problem with the movies is they purposely get a lot of things wrong just to piss off comic fans. Says someone who... I have become the research monkey in our family when it comes to comic shit, where I don't actively read it myself, but I'm the one who actually likes the comics lore. You kind of go like, okay, what did the fucking MCU break this time? Because
Yeah,
Yes.
the closest I get to, all that, not drama, I can't think of the word. Comic discussion is with, being knowledgeable about art. Art and Sonic.
which I need to sit down and read the Sonic stuff, not just IDW, but I want to go back and read the Archie books. But, oh god, that's a lot to dig through.
Yeah, most of them are a good read and definitely historical, but you just are like...
I also have to deal with Penders.
Yeah, that's why I said most.
Gotta get the hard tank there, got everything there, got everything there, got everything there. I think the only thing I'm missing is the spare sub-tank and Spartan stage. And then I gotta go get the Hadouken.
being nice.
Or circle forward, dude. Not that hard.
It's more that when I try to use it against certain bosses, I'm not at full health.
That sounds like an issue.
Oh, it definitely is an me.
Let's go get the Hadouken.
I mean, you have to get it. It's mandatory for playing this game.
Not mandatory, but...
No, it's tradition.
God damn, I already have like 8 one-ups.
That was a sound I just made.
Yes, you did. Ow!
Smooth.
Thanks, game!
Oh.
My velocity went into a C shape.
Oh, that can happen. When that happens, you save yourself by moving left, but it's hard to react.
And thought I was still moving the normal way with that minecart, so that messed me up.
Yep. Nope. That's happened to me a few times.
There we go!
And you didn't get hit in the ass.
Just a little bit of money for this.
Donkey Kong would just be a Maverick name.
Donkey Kong. Wait, we can't do that one. We don't want to do it. And then we...
What the fuck would Donkey Kong's weapon be is where I'm asking. Both regular
So,
and
Bongos.
It's a coconut gun that fires and spurts.
Nah, that's amazing.
That too.
Yeah. It's gonna hurt.
No, it's gonna be the explosive launches.
Or a banana. Oh yeah, you do know that you can take this thing out with just the left row.
It's not fun, but yes!
Yep, that's one of those knowledge points that I couldn't friends with. Like, Gerard, what are you doing? You need to use the flame wave for that, and then...
No, you just need to get enough DPS. The problem with Flame Wave does it faster because it has less stun frames.
Yeah, and you can even do it without using dash limits.
Nah, Dash Limits makes it a lot more consistent. I've tried doing it the other way before, and fuck my hand. Hell, even doing it that way did not help. Move, bitch!
Get off the way.
I think I did it faster that time, damn.
Yeah, you get to do it pretty quickly.
You've got a good rhythm going.
The wonders of object pooling. That is the only reason your shot, your rapid,
You can only have so many lemons on screen, yep. That is straight up a fucking upgrade in the Mega Man Zero games, which makes me laugh every time.
Oh yeah, technically you still only have 3 lemons on screen in Zero, but the screen is so small that barely makes a difference, right?
No. You can just get a 4th lemon. Yeah. They just give you a 4th lemon as an upgrade in every game.
Gee, Zero, why does Capcom allow you to have 4 lemons?
I am the ultimate Reploid.
Okay, now you just sound like Shadow.
Okay, that'd be a fight worthy to witness.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah,
Yeah, it could be a real death. It could be a real death battle.
So that's
Because in 0-1, it's just a straight up level up upgrade you get for the Buster. In 0-2, it's the X form. And then 3 and 4, I believe it's a Cyber Elf. But, yeah, no, fucking... You can just get a 4th lemon as an upgrade, and it actually is kind of useful. Because, yeah, alongside the smaller screen stuff, yeah, it makes the Buster really strong in that game. I just tend to use the Saber anyway, because the Saber is also even stronger. Because they let the Saber charge in that series, and holy fuck is it busted.
Yep.
I should be combining that with the element chips.
Practicing your input there.
Basically. Never hurts.
It does feel a little harder to do the Hadoken here than in, well, any other game that has it. But...
The, input polling in this is a little strict for it, compared to, like, say, an actual Street Fighter game.
Yeah. And I always forget, are you supposed to press attack or jump for it?
Attack! It literally is dorsal. It's basically the...
My problem with it is always that, for some reason, it fires a lemon first.
It's how the you gotta do it like, because it is pretty much the Street Fighter input. You gotta do it at like, I can't do it right now because I need like a 1 health tip. Come on! I need to do some science. Come on, fuck.
Something I would have to do is
Energy.
actually like do the input with like states the other way, but as I'm about to fire the Hadoken, I turn myself
There
around.
we go.
Oh. Like the Archipelago,
Yeah.
changed it to where you could always use the Hadoken. It would just deal whatever damage equal to the health you have on hand.
Yeah, I think the reason for the single lemon's kind of the same reason where sometimes you get a spare lemon with a charge shot, is just kind of do how to like controller inputs work in this. Like I said, I think the input reading is pretty much like exactly like Street Fighter. So, which would work fine if you're just doing a light punch, because the fucking frames on that are like singular digits.
Relax.
Hey, you know what I'm doing. Fuck it! Thanks, dash not working, what the hell? I think I know what's screwing me up. The last time I played this, I was playing the SA1 hack, which got rid of a lot of the lag. That's something I need to sit down and do at some point, is just either Fast ROM or SA1 hack a bunch of my games. If I can get any excuse to get rid of lag, I'm gonna fucking do it. Off!
I'm gonna head on out, so
Take it easy,
with that,
Paul.
I'm gonna say bye-bye, boys. Have fun storming the castle.
I know what I'm doing, immediately falls into the pit. Usually I just put up the charged rolling shield in this section. I might even climb up the right wall as well.
There we go.
It's hard to climb the right wall, but manageable if you put up the right shield. Ooh, took out multiple with that charged up.
I know what I'm doing.
Yep.
Here.
So, Are you gonna try the one glitch? Nope.
Ow, why bother? I want the cutscenes.
I want to say I've done that glitch once, but
I only half know it.
I've done. I think I've nearly accomplished the glitch, but I landed before hitting the door. I think. It's
Hey,
it's really
Vava.
hard.
I almost heard no do this.
I was about to say, I'm sorry you're not supposed to.
Doesn't matter. The any part I actually vehemently disagree with in this game, and again, they fixed every version of this fight after this. You can't kill him in the right armor.
Yeah. Heck, even in Maverick Hunter X, the original fight was still a
Beatable.
proper fight.
Yeah.
And the second time around, rather than being an unwinnable fight, he just gets the drop on you and fly into the 0 hours trap.
Yeah.
So it makes more sense as to why he got caught by that. He being X. And then this part doesn't ever really get explained.
Unlimited potential. Also, you literally absorb the energy of the bear or the thingy.
I feel like Vile's another one that I typically just have to damage raise.
Don't care.
Isn't his weakness rolling?
Nope. I'm in torpedo.
Then have I been fighting him wrong this whole time?
Probably. Homing torpedo makes sense. He's literally jumping around the screen the entire time. It literally it's actually really good at chasing after him, and it does good damage.
Maybe he has two weaknesses? Okay, hold on. I need to look this up.
Also, later, Zero. See you in the next game. Look, I love. And we're different to Zero's death because, yeah, the motherfucker comes back faster than Superman when it comes to dying and coming back to life. But also, I love the fucking song. I love the demo theme in this.
Okay, checking, and Rolling Shield indeed does more damage than the homing torpedo, it looks like. So it does technically count as a weakness. It's just homing torpedo also seems to work very well.
Yeah, I've always known homing torpedo being his weakness, because yeah, it still does decent, it's more than one shot of damage, and he has barely any iframes. So...
It looks like Rolling Shield does for... I'm not sure what damage is actually calculated here. So 4:4 for Rolling Shield damage, and 3:3 for homing torpedo damage.
that's probably, the colon's probably the charge shot.
Okay.
Because both of them you could charge.
Yeah, and Shotgun Ice, the charge, it just deals 2, but the charge version deals 8. Electric Spark, the charge version deals 6. Chameleon Sting deals 2. Obviously, charge Chameleon Sting doesn't deal any damage. Storm Tornado only deals 1 hit unless it's the charged version. Yeah. Oh, and Boomerang Cutter. So yeah. Seems like he has multiple good options.
Multiple good weaknesses. I think homing torpedo does work. It's the one I've always seen, and it works just fine. I don't care. There we go.
Plus, Spider is a boss that sometimes goes well, sometimes doesn't, for me.
You just gotta pay attention to the fucking background polls, but also at the same time, like, I don't care. My biggest complaint with this is the fact I wish it stuck around on the bottom for, like, an extra couple frames, just to make it easier to line up a shot. Because it, like, opens for, like, a second and then goes back up, which is, yeah.
I think they changed the timing in Maverick Hunter X that makes it a bit easier to deal with.
And it's also, it's a 3D game, there's more animations by default, so it kind of has to. Which probably, in turn, technically fits the fight. Scientific
Yeah, I was wondering. Oh gosh, I just remembered who the next fight is against.
Banga banga.
I do not like Ranga Banga.
No, that's fair. That fight sucks. And all of its incarnations. I think it even came back in X-Dive too, which... Not great. I think that one was also based on the version from X5, which also, again, not a fun fight.
Yeah. It's less bad in X-Dive because X-Dive bosses aren't
They just die.
technically that hard.
The big
they're
issue
more-
is the RPG mechanics at that point, adding multiple health bars, but once you're power leveled, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yep, penguin. Oh well. I always mistook the little, like, air pack or whatever the fuck he has on his back as, like, being a rocket thruster for the longest time. Like, it made sense to me. Like, he goes from, like, 0 to 50 real quick when he slides. I always thought he was just, like, rocket boosting. Meow. Sir. Come on. Can I get down? Jesus Christ, how many kids do you want right now, man?
I'm introducing like a month, so
Frickin' always the birds. Hour 11. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright. have to quake them. Man. There, sheesh. There we go.
Without a hitch?
Did some hitch. Could have gone smoother, but I also blew up his nose before the eyes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
As it could have been worse. What am I doing? Electric spark! Oh right, the last time I played this was during, I think, AP. Because I don't think I had the Hadoken for the Sigma fights. That got buried in that run that time. I had to do fucking the first two phases of Sigma without using the goddamn Hadoken. Oh, that was a pain in the ass! What was charged? Who am I encountering again? This was a big explosion? Yep. Oh, but... And juggled. Like a fucking pair of balls.
That derails me.
I've said much worse to be derailed over, really. Alright, mandrill time. Actually,
Holy the monkey.
I wanna see if I can do it. Ow! Double tap dash. Ruined my fucking fun.
I like just the not even looking. The punch was like inches away from the back of X's head.
Sorry about it.
God, I just found it wonderful.
I don't think these guys drop anything.
I don't think so. They only drop you if they eat you.
I mean, yeah, that's just called unforing. trying to rip your arms off.
Is it ripping or is it just cutting?
Yes! Little column A, little column B. Rated E for everyone, everybody.
To rip or to tear? That is the question.
It's rated E because it's not a human that's getting dismembered. It's a robot. Doesn't count. Yeah, speaking of de-living.
Don't forget who the boss of this is.
I'll be fine.
You know, I honestly want to see an interpretation of X's single wall jump in like a cartoon or comic or something. How would they being able to do that and make it conveyed?
I think they did in the comic, actually.
Really?
Yeah, they have to because the issue number 0 is the highway. So they literally have to show the segment of him getting attacked by the Beebladers and jumping out of the pit. Because it even represents the big fan moment everyone does, which is you blow up one of the guys with the cars, jump on the car, and just ride to the fucking vial.
I think I saw that panel, yeah.
I posted it, yeah. That one was my fucking favorite from issue number 0. It's just fucking X randomly aura farming on the fucking car. I'm like, what the fuck? You're dark. I love it because I'm sitting here as the fan going like, oh yeah, he did the thing.
Yep. Riding on cars!
Like,
Okay,
should that?
so this when I play, this stage either goes incredibly well and I beat it first try, or it takes a numerous amount of tries and a lot of grinding for resources.
Yeah, Sigma's a bit of a rough fight.
There
Hey.
is no in between.
Hey, dickhead.
I think the way to get the Hadoken, you need to just wait a bit for Rover to hop off the wall.
No, my problem is I was having issues with inputs. I was doing the D-pad motion too fast.
Gotcha. I like how the first Sigma fight isn't even against Sigma, it's against a dog who looks
Never
a lot
get-
like Treble.
You never get Velgarder back.
I know, and that's... I like Velgarder, why don't we get him back?
It's like one of those things I'm like, huh. You think?
He's a little donkey.
Interesting.
Maybe
to
next
bring-
time.
And no. I want an X9, it ain't happening for a while. Fucking prove me wrong, Capcom.
Not gonna happen, he says, realizing that his words could carry in Spanish.
Yeah, it's just more the fact I'm like, look, I tend to be pretty good at reading, like, companies and all that. So I'm like, come on, fucking prove me wrong. They already up and said, like, yeah, we're not immediately doing a Mega Man Legends collection, but they've also, in that same sentence, went like, it's in the car. I was not paying attention to my health.
I was about to say, what are you doing?
Not paying attention to my health. I'm busy conversating, not fucking playing the game.
I mean, at least you have all of your, whatchamacallits.
Oh, thanks. I just need ammo.
You know,
Yeah,
words
that's
are
not gonna take
hard.
long. Ammo.
Words can be hard sometimes.
Come on.
Oompa, loompa,
Nope.
doopity-doo.
Cease. Yeah, whatever, dickhead, come on.
I must do my evil intro monologue every single time, and you also have to fight all of my forms every single time we die. Ha 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 ha. My pet gets repaired every single time. Be glad I don't monologue for long.
Also the only character in the game that does not get a mugshot in the portraits in this one. Everyone else does. X, Zero, Lyle.
I mean, he doesn't need a mugshot. He already has that big mugshot on the stage select.
I mean, yeah, but also, like, this is the only game that has the talking portraits in the SNES games. Every other game after this is just parentheses, this character. You don't get mugshots back until X4, where you get the big ass ones, and then... No, they got rid of them in the PlayStation games, too. God, I prefer the Zero versions with some tanks where they actually let you don't chug the you don't waste it.
Yeah.
This simple change, but oh my god, it sucks.
I feel like you're making that fight a lot harder than it needs to be.
I'm making the fight go faster. I'm getting impatient.
Fair enough.
Oh god, he's a wall now! I have done it once. I think this was on a previous stream where I actually have Hadokened this version of the fight just to prove that, yep, you cannot Hadoken him. Which makes me
It's
so mad.
a quarter of a unit of damage. Is what I call it.
No, if hard planks. It doesn't even do anything. It hard planks like he against a bear, against a shield. Yup. Doesn't work. It does work in the Maverick Hunter X version, but doing it there is even harder. Because I think he's even more of a hitbox in that one.
Oh, yeah, so a wall. A wolf. A wall?
Don't think too hard about it. There's the reason I'm the host. Guessing. And done. Yep, done in about an hour and a half.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
I'm a Reploid. Realize that they're all Reploids. That's not really a...
He's meant to be the superior one, blah 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 blah, because he was made to be like the best of the Maverick Hunters. This is all shit you'd read in the fucking manual.
Well, yeah. It's just the way he words it. I'm a Reploid. And...
Yeah, and you came from me, dickhead. I'm Robo-Jesus.
Like, X and Zero aren't Reploids, but at this point in time, the world basically just considers
Call them Reploids. They're no... Don't get pedantic about it.
Yeah, my point being is that Sigma, the way Sigma worded that is like it's a flex when... Yeah, and? And then extreme tonal shift.
I just like enjoying the song.
It is a good song.
I'm wondering how much of this they're gonna bring back for the comic, because they skipped most of the intro, like the opening bit in the comic. So I'm gonna be real curious to see if this whole monologue bit is it gonna get its rightful due and get like a page or two. Even if they have to truncate it.
I predict it being truncated.
And it's going to be. My little theory at this point is I wouldn't be surprised they use this as, like, the extended narration for the last issue of the X1 arc.
Maybe also take some cues from Maverick Hunter X.
Probably. They've actually been sticking very loyal to the original version for the comic. Not so much Maverick Hunter X. Because it's hard to say just because everything that's been adapted so far has been the game, not anything around it, which has been my biggest complaint with the comic. Because, like, you barely get the opening bit, you don't get anything of Dr. King's journal, you don't get the Day of Sigma stuff, or Day of X. None of that's in there, which is really weird. Again, what we do have is really good, and it's good character stuff, but also it's all action. There's no good moments. Like, the Timelines issue has been my favorite, I think, for that, because you get a nice little moment of X kind of going like, holy shit, my creator's Dr. Light, and all this stuff. That's, huh. How about that shit?
How about that shit?
But you don't... It's one of those things where I want a more comic adaptation stuff for the Mega Man series, is because it would be nice to have those little in-between-the-game moments of just the characters going like, huh. I like the Archie series so much, but my favorite stuff was not the adaptations of the games, though the Mega Man 3 one was especially really good. It's the in-between the game stuff that's what I liked. But that's also what did not sell comics at all. That's why I'm worried that the X comic's not going to go on for... Even though they're saying it's an ongoing, I hope it commits to being an ongoing. If it just stops after X1, I'm gonna be real upset. Because I want to see a nice 4 to 6 issue, like, second volume that's just the 6 months in between X1 and X2.
And the origin of Green Biker Dude.
I mean, it'd be cool to actually give him a character. They named the fucking Navigator, because the one thing they did bring from Maverick Hunter X was the Navigators. And they got names now.
Navigators, plural?
Yeah, there was the purple design that they didn't use in Maverick Hunter X. They brought her in.
Okay, for a second I thought you were mentioning, like, Alia and,
No, not...
and Layer. And I'm
Nope.
like, oh,
It's the... No, it's the ones from, Maverick Hunter X. They got names now. I think it was Minerva and Luna?
Oh, hello. Mr. Flying above my head. How are you? Where are you going?
Yeah, Minerva is the name of the one from the game, and then Luna is the purple one. Because there's a purple one with short hair that they had designed, and they just didn't use her, and then they just brought it in for the comic because why not? Because, yeah, we're not going to get Alia early. I fucking wish, but... If I was the one fucking writing the book, I'm like, oh yeah, I'd put Alia in early. I just wouldn't have her be a navigator.
And Palette, and Layer.
Those would be harder to BS, but wouldn't be too impossible. But, like, Alia has a story that you could do before she became an... Yeah. One, the story with her and, fuck, what's his name? Gate.
Gate. I just
And
said it.
I barely heard you. Sorry. But also, her killing Blizzard Wolfang, getting Ground Scaravitch arrested, maimed. Like, she has a couple stories that they could do. They got set up in X6, so it's like, yeah, just do those.
I have never read the story that deeply. I didn't realize she had a... aside from X8, which is, you know, I did not realize she had a... I did not realize... What's the word? What I'm looking for?
Body count.
Body count, yes, thank you.
Yeah. Hell, they even in Teppen, they depicted the aftermath of Blizzard Wolfang, where there's a Alia card in Teppen where she's holding a tablet, and you just see Blizzard Wolfang's face on it. It just says deceased. Like, yeah, she put a fucking hit on Blizzard Wolfang. I think that's also, it's if you're paying attention to the plot of X6 and could understand it through the English botched translation,
So,
a lot of the Reploids have already pre-existing associations with Gate before they were resurrected, and that's how Alia was to figure out, oh, Gate's behind all this. Shit.
That makes sense. Also, I just looked up Teppen Alia to look for that card, and, showing me a lot more than just that.
Yeah, well, it's also like,
Search engine.
yep. Yep, that was X1, though. In terms of what to do, so I meant to do Final Fantasy today. Hopefully I'll do that next week for Friday. But for Monday, going back to Sonic with Sonic 2 and Origins. And then Wednesday will probably be me trying to finish Punch-Out. Doing the World Circuit and then Tyson, which still got to sit there and do some research. But for now, I'm going to call it. I've been Ultra X, and I'm with me as Lucky Owl and Zwat and Paul, VG Paul previously. Gonna sign off. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.